Quran Stories at Night.
Assalamu alaikum, little ones, as the golden glow of the day fades into a deep velvet indigo, and the world gathers its dreams into a quiet bundle. I am so happy you are here, resting in the garden of silence. Tonight, our journey takes us to a land of carved stone and ancient echoes, a place where the mountains themselves have stories to tell. We are going to hear the story of a man whose heart was filled with the calmness of a hidden valley and whose patience was as unshakable as the earth. The story of Prophet Salih, alayhi salam, the messenger to the people of Thamud, and the protector of the miraculous sign. This is a story about being kind to all living things, about the beauty of a humble soul, and about how Allah's signs are all around us if we only choose to look. Before we travel to the Valley of Stone, I want you to feel the gentle weight of your blanket like a soft, protective cloud. Let your head sink into the pillow, feeling it cradle you in peace. Listen to the slow rhythm of your breath and let every muscle, from your forehead down to your toes, become as light as a whisper. The world outside is tucking itself into sleep, and we are drifting softly into a time of wonder. Are you ready to dream? Then let us begin. Imagine a land called Al-Hijr, a place where the mountains are tall and jagged, rising up like giant stone guardians. In this land lived the people of Thamud. They were very skillful and strong, but their hearts were hard, like the rocks they lived among. They did not build their homes of wood or brick. Instead, they carved them directly into the sides of the mountains. They made grand palaces and cozy rooms out of the living stone, with intricate patterns and high arches, thinking that their mountain homes would keep them safe forever. The valley was rich and green, with gardens of grapes and palm trees that swayed in the breeze. But the people grew proud of their skill. They forgot that it was Allah who had given them the stone and the strength to carve it. They began to worship things they made with their own hands, and they forgot the path of kindness and light. In the middle of these stone cities lived Salih, alayhi salam, a man of great wisdom and a soul that glowed with peace. He was a man who had always been loved by his people, but when he began to speak of Allah, they turned their faces away. He would stand in the cool shadows of the mountain arches and say, "O my people, worship Allah alone, for He is the one who brought you out of the earth and made you flourish within it." But the people of Thamud were stubborn. They looked at Salih and said, "If you want us to believe, then show us a sign, a miracle that only Allah could perform." They pointed to a massive, solid rock on the side of a hill, and they challenged him to make a living creature come out of that cold, hard stone. Salih, alayhi salam, did not argue. He turned his heart toward his Creator and prayed with a voice that was full of trust. Suddenly, the earth began to hum, and the great rock began to split with a deep, slow rumble. From the heart of the mountain, a miracle appeared. A giant, beautiful camel stepped out onto the grass. She was unlike any animal they had ever seen, with eyes as soft as the moon and wool as white as a summer cloud. She was a sign from Allah, a living reminder of His power and His mercy. Salih looked at his people and said, "This is the camel of Allah. Let her graze in peace, and let her share your water. Do not touch her with any harm, or a great trial will reach you. For a long time the camel lived among them, wandering through the valley with a gentle, graceful step. One day the people would use the water for their gardens, and the next day the water would belong to the camel. In return, she gave them plenty of sweet, cool milk, enough for everyone in the city to drink. The children would watch her from the mountain windows, amazed at her peace and her beauty. But the leaders of the people grew jealous. They did not like having to share their water, and they did not like the reminder of Allah's power wandering through their streets. Despite Salih's warnings, they planned in the dark, and they chose to harm the beautiful creature that Allah had sent as a blessing. Salih alayhi salam was filled with a deep, quiet sorrow. He told his people, "You have only 3 days left in your homes before the promise of your Lord comes to pass." During those 3 days, Salih and the few believers who had been kind to the camel gathered in a place of safety, wrapped in the warmth of Allah's protection. On the morning of the 4th day, as the sun began to rise over the stone palaces, a giant, powerful sound filled the air. It was a great shout from the heavens, a sound so majestic and so strong that it shook the very mountains to their roots. The pride of the people of Thamud fell silent, and their mountain homes, which they thought would protect them forever, were left empty and still. When the dust settled, only the believers were left, standing in the quiet morning light. Salih alayhi salam looked back at the valley one last time. With a heart full of prayer for the world, they traveled away to a new land, a land of peace and gratitude, where they lived in harmony with the earth and all its creatures. They remembered the lesson of the mountain, that true strength is found in obeying the Creator, and true safety is found in His mercy. And now, little one, the story of the mountains is resting, and the night is holding you close. The peace of Prophet Salih is like a soft light in your heart, reminding you to be gentle with every living thing, whether it is a tiny bird, a soft kitten, or a giant miracle in a valley. Everything in this world is a gift for us to love and protect. You are a soul of kindness. You are a heart of light, and you are perfectly safe in the care of the Most Merciful. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your dreams be as majestic as the mountains, and as calm as a quiet valley. Everything is still. Everything is at peace. Sleep now, cradled in the love of your Creator. Sleep now until the morning brings its beautiful new beginning. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah. Good night, little one. Good night. And peace be with you always.